Welcome in, everybody, to Betting Pros. It is me, Joey P, Joe Pizzapia. That is Scott Bogman, and it's you. And today, it's all about the rivalries in college football. It's week 13, all the hatred that's been brewing for decades upon decades in the world of college football, or at least this season, is all going to play itself out in the next few days, and Scott Bogman is going to walk us through that slate. It's also Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there who celebrates. It's all of you. All of you celebrate. Everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. So let's come together, come to the table, and talk about some college football, my friend. How are you today, Mr. Bogman?
I'm doing pretty good. Don't have to worry about a bowl game for my Longhorns this year, so that's nice. Don't have to make plans to block out a day or watch it or anything like that, so that's good. But, we got some really, really good rivalry games this week.
We do.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm excited about it.
All right, before we get started, though, we always like to look back at Week 12. I know what I learned is that the amount of time that Bryce Young gets in the pocket is just stunning. That's what I learned. Oh, my God. I could count to 15, and he's still sitting there waiting for somebody to get open. That was something that I just, you give anybody that much time in the pocket, they're going to be successful. So good on Bryce Young, made some good throws. But what did you learn this week from Week 12 in college football?
Ohio State just has the best offense in the country, and I am so excited if we are going to get to see Georgia and Ohio State in the national championship. I would love to see that game because I want to see the best defense versus the best offense and see if Georgia can put up points on anyone with a real defense. Would be nice to see. So that is probably the biggest takeaway. I mean, just Ohio State the last month has been unstoppable. Really, since that loss to Oregon, they have just blown people out. So excited about them getting hot, and big game for them coming up this week too. Oregon was a pretender. They're a pretender, not a contender, and they got knocked out by Utah. I mean, they did. So I think the writing.
Did that surprise you, by the way, or no?
No. Okay. I mean, I think the complete lack of anything kind of surprised me because okay. I'm in a college fantasy football, playoff last week. And first of all, the guy that I'm playing has Malik Cunningham. And I don't know if you saw him on Thursday against Duke, but he had a Lamar Jackson college game and he put up 76 points in the league I was playing. He had 5 passing touchdowns and 224 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So guy had 7 touchdowns and over 500 yards of offense. So not a lot I could do after that. So Travis Dye just totally biting it in the Oregon game didn't help me, but who cares? I lost Bijan the week before too. Cincinnati no longer flat. All it took was for me to pick against them. So you're welcome, Bearcat fans, and they're in the playoff now. So, all I said was they've been playing flat. They've been letting attention get to them and all that stuff. They came out against SMU with all that defensive swagger and beat the crap out of SMU. So SMU about to lose their head coach too. They got a lot of transfers going into the portal. Maybe going to TCU, maybe going somewhere else. We'll see. But that program is crumbling. Speaking of crumbling, Dan Mullen, he gone. So Florida. Whoa, God, Florida has been bad. I talked about this on ITL with our boy John Lobb, just about how some of these old national title teams, Joe, Texas, USC, Miami, Florida. Why have they been so bad? Why can no coach put it together? You don't even have to recruit hard at these places. They want to go to your school, the best players.
Well, Florida especially, because it's not that long ago where Florida was a powerhouse. So, yeah, it's a little odd, to say the least, I think.
Did you see Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri? So earlier in the year, Dan Mullen had dressed up as Darth Vader. And so Eli Drinkwitz dressed up as a Jedi after the game. Nice. And he said, look, a lot of people don't like Dan Mullen. If you reap kindness, you sow. If you sow kindness, you reap kindness. If you sow jackass, you reap jackass. So, Dan,
that's always been my mantra, actually.
Is that right? That's what you say when you're meditating.
That's why I'm such a jackass. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to reap the jackass.
Oh, I want to reap all the jackass. So much jackass I want to reap.
And UTSA stays undefeated on a great last minute play against UAB. Probably the best team in Texas is the UTSA Roadrunner. Wow. The Roadrunners. I mean, better than the Longhorns for sure. I don't know if they could beat Baylor or Texas A&M, but they are a good squad and they stay undefeated. not going to make any big bowl or anything like that, but they are sure fun to watch. So that's what I took away from week 12.
All right, because we've got so many games to dissect here, we're not going to do likes and leans. We're just going to go through them one at a time, rapid fire style, give you the Bogman take, and then let you make your decision. And as always, make sure you make your decisions over at bettingpros.com, where you can see all the consensus lines and all the betting houses for all the games at bettingpros.com. It's the place to be. It's where the cool kids hang out. So let's start with the Egg Bowl. And again, some wacky names you're going to hear today. And yes, we're going to laugh about some of them. Number 9th ranked Ole Miss at Mississippi State. Mississippi State is favored by 1.5 in this game. The number is 62. Now, this game is Thursday night on Thanksgiving. Your thoughts here on Ole Miss, Mississippi State?
I think Ole Miss finally got healthy. They finally have their wide receivers back. Matt Corral looks good. Mississippi State has been winning some games, but they're very, very one-dimensional, worst run game in the country, best pass game, all that stuff. So I think Ole Miss is going to be able to stop them and slow them down a little bit. So I'm going to go with Ole Miss in this game. And, it's 50-50 in the betting, but I like Ole Miss here. I would go the under 2, just Ole Miss, if they control pace, which I expect them to, the number's always too high for their games. Mississippi State is kind of 500 because their number is always high because it's Mike Leach offense too. So give me Ole Miss and give me the under in this one.
Next one here, Boise State, 2.5-point favorites at 21 ranked San Diego State. The number for this one is 44.5, and this game is on Friday night. Boggs, walk us through. Boise State is the favorite here, but San Diego State is the ranked team.
Say 21th ranked, 21st.
I did. Did I say 21th? 20. I think I said 21 ranked. I didn't say 21th. And if I did, that's awesome. That's
okay.
All I'm gonna say.
All right. Just
I didn't say 21st. I will give you that.
Just
I think I said 21 ranked. I did say that. It's been a long day. I've had to condense 9 podcasts into like 3 days.
I know, dude. I know. Having a whole day missing for our schedule is just insanity here. Look, I'm going to take Boise State in this game. San Diego State has just been playing tight recently. I know I just said that about Cincinnati, and it didn't work out. But I like the favorite here. Boise State is a road favorite. They're 7-4 against the spread. San Diego State's playing a little tight. This number is really low, but both these teams tend to play towards the under. 2-8-1 for Boise State, playing towards the over 5-6 for San Diego State. So I will, 44.5 is a good number. I'm more excited about Boise State than I am the number, but I'll take the under just to go with the trend there.
All right, next, thankfully no ranks here to talk about. Kansas State at Texas. Texas 3-point favorites. Your boys, 3-point favorites. 52.5. This game is also on Friday night. A lot of games on Friday, so make sure you get your wagers in if you're looking
tons. That's why we're going rapid fire here. Because
that's rapid fire. Let's go. Kansas State, Texas.
Kansas State. I was
going to say, you're going to take Kansas State, aren't you?
I'm not taking Texas. I'm not taking Texas. You can't. They're miserable right now. They're awful. They lost their best player last week. They can't tackle anybody. And Kansas State, they don't even creep up on you. They just beat the crap out of you if you're not ready. So I got to take Kansas State here. I will also take the under 52.5. I just, I don't know how Texas scores a decent amount of points here. So give me Kansas State. Give me the under.
All right. 4th ranked Cincinnati. 14-point favorite. Forced ranked Cincinnati. 14-point favorites at East Carolina. 58 is the number. Boggs is another Friday, the last of the... Actually, no, we got a couple more Friday games here.
Oh, yeah.
So what are your thoughts here on Cincinnati, who did bounce back, as you said, finally look better after you called them out? So Can they cover this 14? That's the question here.
They can. This is a speed bump game for them against East Carolina. I like East Carolina. They're plucky, scrappy, however you want to describe a team that can have an upset every once in a while. Ain't going to happen against Cincy. Give me Cincy. I'll lay the points. I will also take the over, even though both teams trend towards the under here, because East Carolina, I think, will backdoor this with some late scores, but Cincinnati will already have enough points to cover most of it. So give me Cincy and give me the over.
Now we're getting into the good names. The Battle Line rivalry. Missouri at 25th ranked Arkansas. 14.5 is the point, and Arkansas has played very well this year. I think maybe to some people's surprise, at least mine anyway.
Yeah.
62.5 is the number here for Arkansas. So 14.5 is a pretty big number, but hey, I actually think they can cover this. But Boggs, I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
No, I think they can too. I think Arkansas is going to cover this number, and this is the prime letdown spot. Missouri just had that big win against Florida. in overtime. And, we said the whole you reap jackass. Eli Drinkwitz was very, very happy to get that win. I think we're going to have a letdown. I mean, Missouri is 3-8 against the spread this year. So, beating Florida was big for them. But the number here of 62.5, I will go under on that. Both teams play towards the over, but I just think that Arkansas's defense is solid. They're going to control the clock. They're going to control the game. Missouri also needs to run to play good on offense, and Arkansas is going to stop them, I think. So give me Arkansas. Give me the under.
The war on the I-4, South Florida at UCF. UCF 18.5-point favorites in this contest. 62 is the over-under. That's a big number here, Bogman. Do you think UCF is up to this task?
Man, this one's a tough one. I do think UCF, because Mikey Keene has got those guys playing much, much better. I think over his last 3 or 4 games, 11 touchdowns to 1 pick. So he has been playing much, much better ever since Dylan Gabriel went down for UCF. South Florida has played, they're 6-5 against the spread, and UCF is 4-7. So that kind of you would think maybe I would take South Florida in this game because they've been playing better, and they've got me a couple times on my picks too. So this one I will not write up for my picks. I can guarantee you that. But I will take UCF as they've been playing better. I will also go with the over in this game because neither one of these teams play great defense.
And if you have to, of course, go over to bettingpros.com to check out Bogman's write-up there for all these games, too. If you want a little bit more in-depth conversation about it, because I said before at the top, we got a lot to get through here. Yeah. Like the Rumble and the Rockies. Colorado at 19th ranked Utah. Utah coming off a huge victory last week. 23.5 is the number. Enormous number here for Utah. 52.5. Also a Friday game. Boggs, can Utah keep it rolling in the Rockies?
I think so. Okay. I saw what you did. Yeah. I'm going to take Utah here. Maybe I shouldn't because they did just go on the road and beat Oregon, or they did just beat Oregon, not on the road, but they did beat Oregon, and this seems like a letdown game. Colorado sucks. They're not very good. I think this is a drumming. Now that Utah's kind of found the rhythm on offense, specifically with Tavion Thomas coming back and rolling last week, I'm also going to take the over in this game. I think they do most of it themselves at 52.5. So give me Utah. Give me the over.
North Carolina at 20th ranked NC State. How come this one doesn't have a name? I would think
this is funny. You figured you would get some type of name to Southern teams with a big rivalry.
In North Carolina,
but I looked it up. I looked it up twice to make sure it didn't have a name, and it just doesn't. So
I'd like to try to give it one, but I feel like it'll get.
Texas A&M doesn't have a weird name. It's just Texas versus Texas A&M. So
yeah, we maybe by the end of the show, you and I get together and we name them for next year. NC State is ranked 20th in the nation, 20th in the nation. -6 is the number here.
20th.
20th. It's becoming a Dave Chappelle sketch now. 62.5 is the number here. NC State 6-point favorites here. So can North Carolina pull off the upset, Boggs, or is this all NC State?
I mean, North Carolina can. I think Sam Howell, coming back, all indications are he will play in this game. He didn't play last week because they played Wofford. They didn't need him. I think what this game boils down to is NC State is good on offense and defense, and North Carolina is good on offense and crappy on defense. So I think NC State walks away by more than 6-point winner here. They're also 7-4 against the spread. North Carolina is 4-7. Not a good year for North Carolina. Way, way overrated coming into this season. So give me NC State. I'll lay the points, and I will also take the under in this game.
All right. Here's my favorite one. Clean old-fashioned hate. Number 1 ranked Georgia against Georgia Tech. Georgia is 35-point favorites in this one. Yikes. Georgia Tech obviously not playing their best football. I guess we could all agree on that. 54.5 is the number. So, 35 is a ton, but man, you're talking about the best team in the land basically taking on a Georgia Tech team that's kind of a joke right now. So yeah, I can't believe this 35 is comfortable, but I kind of feel like it's comfortable, Boggs.
It is. It's comfortable. It might not be enough, right? So I'm going to take Georgia in this game. They are not as good against the spread as they are in real life, 7-4 against the spread, but Georgia Tech doesn't have much right now, and they're trending in the right direction. We talked about that when they played Notre Dame, but like I said with the Notre Dame game, that they will expose you. Notre Dame will expose you if you are, getting better but not quite there. Georgia's way better than Notre Dame.
I don't know. That Notre Dame game last week was over before it started. Jeez,
nailed that one.
You did. You're on a Notre Dame streak right now. You're finishing strong. It's very impressive.
So give me Georgia. I'll take the over. I think they get most of it. I don't know if Tech scores, but I don't know if it matters. I think it's going to be a Georgia drubbing, as most games have been this year.
Give me a score in your head on that one. Is it like 52-13 kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 63-10, something like that, right? Smashing.
Just ugly.
Yeah, just ugly. I mean, Georgia Tech makes a couple mistakes, a couple interceptions. They go to the house. I think a couple big plays by Georgia in the first half, and then Georgia does like to sit on it in the second half. So if they don't have like 42 total, like 6 or 7 touchdowns in this game before the half, it probably will go under because Georgia does like to sit on it, but I think they get to that total no problem.
This one needs a better name. Land Grant Trophy. Is there a guy named Land Grant? Is that what it's?
I don't know, but the trophy is gorgeous. And James Franklin has talked about how it's the best trophy in college football, and it does really look great for the Penn State-Michigan State rivalry.
Well, hopefully the game looks better because Penn State has been less than thrilling for me this year. They're 1.5-point favorites somehow in this game on the road against 12th ranked Michigan State. The number is 52. Boggs, is the line wrong here?
I don't know if the line is wrong. I think Penn State is probably the better team here between them and Michigan State. I think Michigan State was doing a lot of it was smoke and mirrors, right? They were playing some great football, but they got absolutely smashed by Michigan State. I think there is something going on with Sean Clifford. I think he might be sick. Something's happening here with him, but I don't know. I'm going to take Penn State in this game, even though they're on the road. I don't think I'd touch this one as far as betting. If we were doing likes and leans this week, this would definitely be in the leans for me. But I'll take the under as well. Michigan State, I think, is going to play better after being embarrassed. So I think they'll at least play a little better on defense, but I'll take Penn State to win the game straight up.
I got to say, I'm looking at the Land Grant Trophy right now, and anyone could Google this image and take a look at it. It looks like the pieces of furniture I used to put together for my grandmother from Walmart from the mid-90s. I mean, it is kind of hilarious. It's got a million different shelves and weird stuff going on. No, this is not the best trophy. This trophy is a hot mess. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Heisman Trophy is the best trophy.
Yeah, this trophy literally looks like it came out of my grandparents' den. Like that's like, and they used to have the television that was, the wooden box around the television kind of thing. Like it looked like a piece of furniture, but had a TV inside.
You might have built that trophy. Does it have a JP?
Now that I'm looking at it. Bottom? You know what it does? You know what it is? It's carved right in the bottom there. Yeah. Look at that, and of course I still got this one screw where I have no idea where it goes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is that one?
It's IKEA, right? So
don't even get me started on IKEA. I haven't bought a piece of furniture from that place in 20 years. Thank God. I remember I had an ex-girlfriend who bought everything there at IKEA. I was like, if I had to put one more IKEA piece of furniture together, I'm going to kill myself. Let's go to the game instead. And the game is not putting IKEA furniture together. The game is actually second-ranked Ohio State, 8-point favorites at Michigan, who is ranked number 5 in the nation. 64.5 is the number. Michigan has been much better than we thought they were.
Yes.
Heading into this year, we were skeptical. Michigan has gotten there. They are the 5th-ranked team. Can they pull off a shocker here and at least even cover against Ohio State, who, like you said, is just loaded offensively?
Well, the big thing for me in this game is that I've been so impressed with what Michigan has done because Jim Harbaugh has kept it the same all the way until this year. It's been the same. We're going to run 14 different running backs. We're going to throw the ball 8 to 10 times a game. And we're just not going to be a very good team on offense and hope we win on defense. And that will never work against Ohio State. This year, they've at least been trying different stuff on offense. They've switched out players. Eric Hall has been good. They've gone to one running back in Blake Corum, who has taken the rock most of the time for them. They have at least tried different things. Doesn't matter. Ohio State's going to win this game. On the road, they're going to win by more than 8 points. I've got Ohio State. I think they're one of the best teams in the country. I think that one of the only teams that has a shot to beat Georgia. So I've got Ohio State in this game. I will also take the under 64.5. That's too many points. So I think Ohio State drums Michigan like they normally do. But Harbaugh gets to keep his job because Michigan is a good team this year. And they're 5th ranked.
No matter what. I agree with that.
Well, it's one of those. This will be the 9th time in a row they've lost to.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, they haven't.
I think
This was a much better season, I think, for them. I think
it was.
And I'm the guy who's always been tough on him, but I don't think he gets fired.
I don't really like him at all. I would not want him coaching my team. But
I do not care for him.
But he's been great. So
all right, let's get to the next one here, and this is the worst name. It's so hard to say. The Sunshine Showdown. I mean, that just I want to say Sunshine Showdown so bad, and I got it right.
Seashells by the seashore. By the seashore,
yeah, pretty much the Sunshine Showdown. Anyway, Florida State at Florida, your favorite. Florida is 3-point favorites in this one. 59 is the number. Boggs, what do you do with this contest?
I don't put money on it. I'll tell you that. But,
that's what I feel too.
But look, we've seen a lot of teams bounce back after the coach gets fired and win a game, right? They go, okay, this is kind of on us. Let's prove that we can play better. And, maybe you want to convince another coach to come in, and that coach is going to have to recruit the current players on the roster to make sure they don't go in the transfer portal. So in this game, I'll take Florida. Don't want to bet this game at all whatsoever. It's going to be a fun, weird one down to the end. I'm sure 3-point spread should be an exciting game with two really bad teams, but I'll take Florida and I will take the over because neither team plays defense. How about that?
There you go. All right. Iron Bowl. This is a great name. Third-ranked Alabama, 19.5-point favorites over Auburn. This one's in Auburn. 56 is the number here. So does Alabama win this one running away? Does Auburn make this a contest and keep it close, or put some garbage time up?
I mean, everything in my brain says that Alabama just smashes Auburn. Auburn just lost Bo Nix for the year.
Right.
TJ Finley came in there, but there's, we were talking about this on CFP Winning Edge the other day. There's always some weird voodoo with Auburn playing in this stadium.
It's true.
Brian Harson's first game ever, too, in this rivalry, the head coach of Auburn. So, God, I'm going to take Auburn and I'm going to take the points in this game because I know that we get wrapped up in the rivalry week and it's all, throw out the records and the statistics. It's Bama versus Auburn.
In all fairness, though, that does happen every year in these games. There's one or two of them where you go, oh my God, look who showed up in the rivalry game, and there are some upsets typically.
And I don't think there is voodoo or magic. I just think the players get up more for this game. It is the game they look forward to playing the entire season. All those injuries seem to go away. Guys get a little bit more intense on both sides of the ball. So I'll take Auburn and with the points, and I will also take the under in this game. Because it usually doesn't get to this high of a total, if I'm remembering correctly. So give me Auburn, give me the under.
All right, next is Civil War, starring Iron Man and Captain America. Now,
I don't think we're allowed to say this anymore, Civil War, because it's got the word war in it, so
that's all right. Well, Oregon State at 11th ranked Oregon. Oregon 7-point favorites in this contest. 61 is the over-under. Bogman, do you think Oregon can handle this 7?
I mean, Oregon's been pretty miserable recently, and they've been playing close games. But after you get embarrassed by Utah, you're at home. I think you bow up and you come to play in this game. So I don't think 7 is enough. I would prefer this to be, a double-digit game if I was going to take Oregon State. I'll be rooting for the Beavers, but I don't think it's going to happen. Give me Oregon and give me I'll take the over as well. Oregon and the over.
All right, Paul Bunyan's Axe Trophy. Now, this is way better. This is a trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is glorious. Paul Bunyan standing there with a giant axe between his legs. That's fantastic. That's what you want out of your college football.
It's a good trophy, man.
It is a good. Forget that other thing. That's stupid. It was like from Bradley's or something. That piece of furniture in that Penn State game. Oh my God. Or Caldor. Remember Caldor? Are you old enough to remember Caldor? It was another one of those stores. I didn't know if in Texas you had Bradley's.
Yeah, no.
Did you have Bradley's in Texas?
No, we had like Academy and.
Yeah, we didn't have that up in New Jersey. No, everybody has those old like local chain stores. And if you mention one, everyone goes, "What?" If you're from a different area.
What are you talking about? I ain't never heard of no Bradley's.
I never heard of what you're talking about. No, academies. Anyway, Paul Bunyan's Axe Trophy, 14th ranked Wisconsin is 7-point favorites against Minnesota. The over-under is just 39 in this game. That's awfully low, Boggs. What are your thoughts on that?
A lot of good defense in this game. I think Wisconsin wins this one going away. I mean, Braylon Allen has been outstanding. The offensive line has them moving. Graham Mertz has been playing his worst football recently. So I'm going to take Wisconsin in this game. I'll lay the 7. But this is another one of those, it gets scrappy, it gets weird. Wisconsin isn't they're not, one of those Wisconsin teams that you're like, oh, they're going to go and smash Minnesota. I think it'll be tight. I think this is a good line, but I will take Wisconsin.
All right. Moving on to the next one here, it is Texas A&M, 6.5-point favorites over LSU. The number's 45.5. Texas A&M is the 15th ranked team in the nation. So, pretty standard here, better ranked team. LSU has not been good this year. We all know that. Their team kind of, in flux right now. So Texas A&M, 6.5. Is this safe?
Yeah, I think so. Give me the Aggies. Let's send Ed Orgeron packing to wherever his next destination is after this game. Completely overrated as a head coach. I think Ed Orgeron was. A lot of that was Joe Brady and just having Joe Burrow. I know. Yeah, he was a head coach. He obviously got the ring and everything. But see ya. Get on down the line.
They were a dominant team.
They were.
They had a great run. And
they had a great run. And then as soon as Joe Brady and Joe Burrow left, what have they done? So give me the Aggies here. I think they smash LSU. I don't think this one's a close one. And send Ed Orgeron on packing. And see you wherever your next job is. We'll see you. All
right, next up is Bedlam. Oklahoma at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State ranked 7th. Oklahoma ranked 10th. Oklahoma State is 4-point favorites in this contest. 50.5 is the over-under. Bogman, is there any possibility of an upset here with Oklahoma?
Oh, yeah. This is going to be...
Too. I feel like this is the upset game. We keep waiting for the one where like, which one you want to circle? I feel like it's this one.
I don't think this is the upset game. I am going to take Oklahoma State. Okay. But Oklahoma can absolutely win this game. If they get on their P's and Q's and their defense plays the way it can, not the way it has been, then, yeah, the offense has been the bigger problem recently, though. So Caleb Williams, this is what happens when you start, when you start a freshman. Caleb Williams is awesome. But he'll have a half where he's not good. You can't do that in this game. You turn the ball over, you give Oklahoma State second chances, they're not going to give you those second chances. So I got Oklahoma State in this game specifically because they're at home. This is under the lights. It's going to be a really fun game, but I will take the Pokes. Give me Oklahoma State and give me the that number's really good. Give me the under. Both teams, or Oklahoma State specifically, since I think they're going to win 3-7-1 when playing to the over. So most games of theirs trend towards the under. So I will take Oklahoma State and the under in this game.
By the way, I want to remind everybody here before we get these last two games that if you subscribe to Betting Pros over on our YouTube channel, you will be entered automatically into a contest to win a free Saquon Barkley jersey. So get in and get doing that. Dan Harris literally just let me know that just now.
Awesome.
Very exciting times. What a time to be alive here. So all you got to do is simple. Just be a subscriber over at Betting Pros on the YouTube side of things. And you can follow us and subscribe over there and click that little notifications bell so you know every time a new piece of content drops over there. Which brings us to the Legends Trophy, which I'm 100% sure was also at my grandmother's house and had a bunch of wax fruit in it. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is straight out of my grandmother's house.
A lot of these trophies are old, Joe. They're 100 years old or something.
That's fine. But you know what's fun about it too? Every year there was always somebody who would go in to that house and they would go to the wax fruit and like pluck off a grape thinking it was a real grape. Or they would go to pick something up. And it was funny.
If you actually feel it, like you can feel it first. I mean,
you kind of do, but like the grape especially is kind of on the border where you pick it, and by the time you're about to, you're like, wait, this doesn't really. Oh, it's wax, and there you go. And
you should put some soap ones in there. Those are really hard to distinguish.
In modern day decorating, there's not enough fake fruit. I'm just gonna come out and say that.
Okay, I mean, finally someone has said it. We're all thinking it, and finally Joe was brave enough to say it. Thank you, Joe.
It takes a lot of bravery to host this show.
That's right.
6th ranked Notre Dame, 19-point favorites against Stanford. And obviously, look, they're a much better team than Stanford. However, 19, it's a big number here for Notre Dame. Let's see Bogman's confidence. The over-under is 52.5. So you're riding the wave, Boggs. Let's go. Let's get on the surfboard and ride it all the way home in rivalry week. What say you?
Let's ride it till it falls crumbling down to the ocean, man. I am taking Notre Dame in this game. I will lay those points. I will take the over 2. I think Notre Dame gets most of it themselves. Stanford is miserable. They're 3-8 against the spread. I don't think they've won a game since they beat Oregon. They have been awful. So Notre Dame is playing some good football right now. Let's go Irish. I'm excited here. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, let's get to the next one here and final game. 13th ranked BYU, 7-point favorites at USC. 64.5 is the number on this one. Boggs, take it home.
This is, this one's a hard game to pick because I do think USC is the better team on paper, but they've been playing like garbage. They just got murdered by UCLA. I won money on that game too. So I am going to take BYU, lay the points in this game, even though USC's at home, and I will also take the under the 64.5 in this game. I think BYU controls pace. They're 4-7 in playing to overs, which means 7 of their 11 games have trended towards the under. So give me BYU and give me the under in that game.
All right, that's it right there. Head over to bettingpros.com to check out Bogman's full write-up on all these games, and of course to put your bets in.
Not all these games. I write up 5. I pick 10.
Yeah,
I'm not going to write up 20 games. Don't tell people.
All of these games Bogman wrote up,
way.
every single one, or at least 10 of them, something like that. And you could also find a link there too at bettingpros.com to that piece of furniture that I put up at my grandparents' house in 1989. Oh, that's a terrible trophy. Come on, it's not even a trophy. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, oh, you guys won. Here's your armoire. There you go. Take it. We'll put it on the bus. All right.
It looks like it's good. You know those old DVD cabinets that would close and open with that little metal magnet piece. If you open up the Land Grant Trophy, there's a DVD copy of Grease in there. I'm pretty sure.
Look at that. I like that.
Yeah.
Is it the extended cut?
It might be.
Hopefully. Whoever wins the MVP gets to take the 1998 Honda Civic with the trailer hitch on it and drive it home. So through Thanksgiving weekend. Have a great time, everybody.
Oh, all right. And of course, follow him on the Twitter machine at Bogman Sports. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody, and enjoy all of the NFL and college football. It's a great weekend of food, friends, family, football, all of the above, and Fantasy Pros while you're at it too. Go check us out over there as well. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Scott Bogman, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.